Peace. I just got a few phone calls. I guess they supposed to been or congratulatory. We had a pretty big event in my city in Cleveland, Ohio, and it was an event last night where it was some middle level prominent people in our community wanting to make a difference about gun violence, because we had a few people killed. And I spoke, and it was towards the end. I guess it ended up being, I was like the climax of the whole thing. And I received a few phone calls, and it was, as I said, it was kind of congratulatory. And the person was going on to speak about how the job others did when they spoke. And sometimes that we have trouble as people letting go of our ego. It's a lot of things that we have studied in just our culture and our reality that we feel as though it's cool or some knowledgeable stuff, but like it's really not. But the herd, the crowd, the groups of people, we have heard these things, and if someone conveys it with a nice amount of emotion, we say yeah, because we done heard it. Case in point, it's so terrible to lose lives. We left in my ward in the last week. I'm political. I'm a political person, government, local government. So a 16-year-old young man was murdered, and a 22-year-old young lady was murdered. Gunfire, gun violence. And I said it's very terrible. It is just such a loss for their families. But like, my nonprofit is called Full Court Press, and it's like I'm making a press at multiple lanes that's problems in our communities. And when I think of violence, I think of the violence that we're doing to ourselves. How often we eat, how much we're eating. These things are a direct cause of the most destructive homicides that's going on in our community, which is basically cancer, heart attacks, strokes. See, these are our number one, top 3 killers in our community, and we're not focusing on them. We want to just keep having fun, eating enjoyable meals every day, all day, enjoyable snacks, not exercising. And I draw understanding to this concept because I understand how the circulatory system works and how digestive system works and ties into our circulatory system, and then our pancreas and how the insulin is delivered, and how all this affects us when we do eat a meal, and it metabolizes, and what it creates, what the metabolistic process turns all these things into. And what happens when we overload our system? Or what happens when, our system, we already got a lot of stuff going through our circulatory system. It's been absorbed by our intestines. I know I'm talking gibberish to a lot of you guys, but I try to keep it simple. But it's like, I know the information, and the information that our doctors is not going to give our people. And it's time that our children get a clear understanding of how to study these things the way I see it, so they can have a better understanding of what they're going to put in their body, period, point blank. And stop just going by the ego of our parents and our forefathers and our ancestors. We have a bigger knowledge now. We have a greater knowledge. And we can study these knowledges that where we can utilize our existence, our body, and eat more efficiently. So our bodies and our existence, everything, we can be smarter, stronger, live longer if we just find out how our body works. Like, intrinsically, like in-depthly, which I know, and I know, and I can guide children into understanding it. So that accolades, all these accolades and talks that I get, like I tell the people, man, tell the people that I know what's up. Tell your neighbor. Point your children over to me. That's what's going to be real. Don't just tell me, oh man, I never heard nothing like that. Yeah, I know, but tell them. And I love you. Peace.